Whoa, that was cool. What happened there?
Have you ever owned a plane that was so good that it just kept taking crash after crash, but it kept on flying? The Ultimate is that plane for us. There's this one weird mod you might never have heard of on RC groups where you use a magnet to find some weight in the nose and remove it, and suddenly the plane wakes up and is so much more capable. This is that mod. You don't have to do this if you prefer flying nose heavier, but if you're like us, you might want to give this one a shot. Check it out, YouTube. We got the Ultimate 3D from E-flite. This is attempt number 3 at getting this thing shot with the new mod that we did to it after checking out RC groups. The manufacturer put about 50 grams of weight up, actually I think it was closer to 100 grams of weight up in the nose, right under here where my finger is. After the video, or even before it, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in editing. I will show you guys how simple it is to just take the weight out. All you gotta do is run a magnet under these little cheeks right here and you'll just feel it. You can just come into the top of this plane underneath the battery tray and just cut out the foam, pull the weights out, throw a 2200 as far back as you can get it, and this thing is unlocked in a true beast. I'm gonna show you guys how fun this thing is right now. Let's go ahead and put it on the ground and take it on up in the sky. See how easy that is to do snap rolls right into that crazy stuff after takeoff. It's easy to hover, much easier to hover now since it's not fighting you all the time. You can see it sliding. Does waterfalls and front flips real easy. Crappy rolling Harrier, let's put it into a regular rolling Harrier. And use it to flip back around. I really love this Ultimate now that I've done this mod to it. Again, this is like attempt number 3 of trying to get this thing filmed. It's not easy to film. First and foremost, if it's on a windier day, you're gonna want the extra weight. It stabilizes it, but on a day like this where there's no wind right now, it's so much more fun to fly. Let's get it stabilized over this grass. There we go. Gotta stop fat fingering it. See how easy it is? And now Kieran's keeping a good job of tracking this thing too, because he likes to zoom out a little bit more and it gives you guys a good idea of what the plane is doing. And I know he's zooming in when it matters, like when the plane's dead stopped, so you can actually see what's happening with it, but otherwise, you're getting a good idea of how it's flying through the air, how easy this is to do. Like, yeah, you gotta have some 3D skills, but like everybody starts from somewhere, and this is a good model to learn how to fly with. Honestly, like 3D flying, when you take that what do you call it? That weight out of the nose, man, this thing slides around effortlessly. Look at this. Barely stalls out either. Removing the weight from an airframe is one of the best things you can do to make it fly really, really well. It doesn't fight you as much, and it's just so much more fun to fly. Look how easy it is just to flip around into different maneuvers. Let's go up and quick knife edge spin into a flat spin. Flip it around, back into a hover. And I've already crashed it like this too, and it's really easy to repair. Actually, in this water even. I think Kieran was there the day I did that, maybe. Were you there, buddy?
I think so.
Just stick smashing and having fun out here with this thing. I love it. Let's see if we can do some other stuff like crankshafts with it. So let's bring it over, go high speed. Doesn't break, doesn't have any issues. Love it. Let's bring it back and do a quick landing and then just kind of be crazy with it again. All right, what's our power level? 15.2 volts. We're gonna take it right back up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. See how easy it is to flip around? It's not like, it's not the best 3D plane ever made, but it's so much fun and so easy to fly. And honestly, when you can throw things around like this in a controlled Harrier, that is when I have fun, especially when you can walk right up to the plane and potentially even grab it out of the air. I've done this before. Zach from Tail Heavy Productions, one of my friends that I love hanging out with when we get a chance to hang out together, kind of inspired me to do this. Just to walk up to the plane, get it in a hover, get it to stabilize, walk up, try to grab it out of the air. It's not wanting to play with me today, that's okay. We'll get it later. Take it up, see if we can make it do knife edge spinning.
Hi. 3D.
How easy that is. Let's do a rolling Harrier pass.
Battery 14.5 volts. Minute.
Put it up into an inverted Harrier. Again, if you guys haven't done this mod, it's so worth doing. It really is. It's so much fun, and this plane is so inexpensive, and it's just, oh man, so much fun to do it with.
Battery 13.9 volts.
All right, let's see if I can pull it out of the, actually, you know what? We're not gonna pull it out of the sky. We're just gonna land it. Bring it in real quick, there we go. And then we'll just swap right into a new pack. Hot swap it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Real quick, I'll give you another quick highlight on the battery mod because I don't want to do much B-roll footage for this. And for those of you guys new to the channel, the B-roll stuff is where I talk over at the end and voice over it. So here's what you got to do, and pay attention real quick. It's super simple. It takes about 5 minutes to do this. You pull the battery tray out, just lift it all the way out. You can see in here where I've cut it already, the weights are directly underneath this little foam block and this foam block on the other side. They're on both sides, it's symmetrical. You just pull that out with an X-Acto blade, just cut it, pull the whole thing out gently, and then pull the weights out that are underneath it. Super easy mod to do. It adds so much potential to this plane. Do you need to do it? No. If you want the center of gravity to be further back on the wing and you want that stable high alpha Harrier performance, you're going to want to consider doing this mod. You can also unlock the rates for 150%. We did replace the servos on this, but that's before, you know, we realized that Horizon was actually making some pretty good servos lately. Honestly, like you can't go wrong with this plane if you want something to learn with. Let's take it right back up. This plane right now is making me feel confident to move up to balsa planes, no problem. If this thing can do it, a balsa plane can too. Just like that. Man, I want to do some of that stuff with a balsa model. You think a balsa could do that, Kieran? Easy?
Probably.
Like your edge that you're getting? Yeah, I bet.
Hint, hint.
Kind of concentrating, don't want to talk too much. So much fun. Again, this is what I love doing. Hopefully Kieran can get the water being blown around. There we go. Whee! This is fun, man. Let's do a rolling Harrier pass right in front of us. Slow it down. Get away from the trees. I screwed that up. There we go. Try again. Always try again. I feel like I do rolling Harriers better from the left versus the right for whatever reason. Man, this thing is fun. Harriers are what this thing does best with the weight removed from the nose. It almost doesn't wing rock at all when you get it stable. I mean, look at it go. Almost no wing rock. We're gonna bring it over, we're gonna walk it over to the water over here next to Kieran as best as I can get it. Do some like tight space hovering with it. All right, let's float it over, bring it back around. There is a little bit of wind picking up. I'm gonna stand right here next to you. I will not hit your airplane, sir, don't worry.
Please do not.
Been wanting to do this with this plane for a while, get in here and hover in this tight area. Look at how much more responsive this plane is. Look at this. Tight quarters hovering that I don't think I would have been able to do with many other planes. And we can do it again because I'm not done yet. Is this crazy or what, man?
It's pretty wild.
That's what I live for with these models, pushing them to do things that they weren't designed to do, to have fun. It's so responsive, and if you make mistakes, it doesn't want to like flip out of it because there's no extra nose weight to fight you. So I'm gonna stand over here next to the water and get a better approach angle on it. Like, yeah, we could do like all sorts of dedicated 3D tricks and stuff, but hovering is something I love doing. And if a model can be flown in tight quarters like this, it means you can do a lot of cool stuff with it that you might not be able to do with others. Look at it go. This is freaking awesome, man. Loving it. It is just so robust of an airframe, and it takes so much abuse. I just love it, man. Let's get a Harrier pass over that water. I think we're gonna get some drone shots with Kieran following this thing a little bit too. It shouldn't be hard to do. Just tail touch. There we go. Got it.
Splishy splashy.
What's that?
Splishy splashy.
14.2 volts.
Splishy splashy. It didn't want to come out of that for a second. Didn't have enough thrust. All right. See if I can grab it out of the air. Don't want to get hit with that prop. Got it.
14.7 volts.
Awesome model. We're gonna do some more B-roll stuff with it. I know Kieran wants to get up on the drone, so we're gonna use some of that time with his battery in this low light and low wind to do some even stupider stuff with it. Hope you guys enjoy. Again, consider doing this mod. You don't have to do it, but I think it's worth doing and it's a lot of fun. Links in the description if you want your own Ultimate 3D, but for now, check out the B-roll.
The biggest upgrade to the Ultimate comes in the form of overall agility and resilience to stalls. You can throw this thing around and it doesn't experience accelerated stalls like it did before. It's a totally different feeling airframe, yet still familiar, like an old pair of gloves that you loved and refurbished and started using again. We're going to caution you that this opens up the model's full potential, so if you do fly it like this, toss the battery to the front of the plane before flying it for your very first time. We've heard of horror stories where people copied our setups in center of gravity only to find out that it left them with a pile of busted foam. We're used to this kind of flying, but if you're new to it, gradually push your comfort zone. Don't just go, whole hog on it. It took us 2 years to get to where we are now, and there's many, many better pilots out there than us who fly on even crazier setups. A tip from us, work your way up to higher rates until you feel comfortable with 150%. Then add expo until you feel that it's controllable. Then adjust the center of gravity until it's at your personal preference for responsiveness. Then let it rip and have fun. What we do works for us, and if it works for you, then that's super awesome, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. It's important to find what makes you happy when you're flying in this hobby. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time for a new upload.